BeCozi.net is here. Today I would like to show you how to make these beautiful slippers. And these slippers will be made, oops, it's falling. They will be made with our forever soft Merino wool. We will be using gray color. We have 4 colors available: gray, lavender, and this beautiful rose, peach color, and ivory. So 4 colors for you to select to make your beautiful slippers. And as I said, we will be using gray color, and for the top we will be using these 2 pink pompons. You can use any color. I just had these pompons laying here, so I attached them because gray looks beautiful with pink. Another option, you can use our Loopy stitch yarn. Loopy stitch is really popular because I showed the video how to make a hat with this yarn. It's really nice and cute. It's one of the previous videos on BeCozi channel. Check it out and make one, because you will need just 1 skein of Loopy stitch. It's 8 ounces, and you will need 1 skein for a hat from my previous video, and you also need only 1 skein to make this pair of slippers. And you can see that they have different pompons because I wasn't sure which one will work better, and all girls in the office said that the white looks better, but it's up to you. We have some pompons available for sale at BeCozi.net accessories section, and for Loopy stitch we have some beautiful color available: mauve, yellow, purple, and mustard, and a couple more. We have 8 colors available. The slippers are made with our aquamarine Loopy stitch. Again, I will be showing how to make the slippers with forever soft Merino wool, and the same amount of stitches. It will be a little bit bigger. You can see it looks a little bit bigger because Loopy yarn is a little bit chunkier than forever soft Merino wool. If you want your slippers to be really soft, choose forever soft. If you want them to be chunky like that, that's Loopy stitch. Again, what you will need 1 skein of Loopy stitch, or you will need 1 skein of forever soft, which will make you actually 2 pairs of slippers. One, the size fits all, it's between like 6 and 10, and another size will be a little bit probably smaller. So anyway, if you're ready to make these cute slippers, let's get started. Okay guys, let's get started. So today I will show you how to make these cute slippers. It will be just 1 piece from start to finish. You don't need any sewing to be done, anything. It will be just 1 piece. It will be more finger knitting than hand knitting, but it's a really fun project. So I will give you 2 options. One option will be to hand knit slippers with our Loopy stitch yarn. You will need just 1 skein. We have 8 colors available, and this is aquamarine color. And the second option will be our forever soft Merino wool. It's extremely soft and very beautiful yarn, and you can also find it at BeCozi.net. It's 100% Merino wool, and this 1 skein will be enough for 2 pairs of slippers, or a pair of slippers and a little hat. So we also will need 2 pom-poms. I will be using this pink pompons on the gray forever soft. You can see that these slippers are made with Loopy stitch and aquamarine, and one has ivory pompon and another one has green. So it's up to you what pompons you have or you buy. We have a few colors available at BeCozi.net in the accessory section, so look and choose what you will like. So let's get started. We will take our yarn And we will start with making a loop as we usually start. We're keeping the tail about maybe 7 to 8 inches left because we will be using it to connect the top of the pom. Then you're making a loop. Insert your fingers inside, grab working yarn and pull it out. This is your first stitch, and we will be keeping it about this size, maybe about an inch. And what we are doing now, we will be casting on a chain of 11 stitches, guys. So insert your fingers inside, grab working yarn and pull it out. This is your second stitch. Keep it the same size, and then insert your fingers, grab working yarn, pull it out again. Keep doing this way until you have 11 stitches. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. It's 11 stitches. What we are doing now, guys, we are creating a little circle with this chain like this. Tail goes on the right, and then this last stitch will go inside this first stitch. So we're putting it inside and pulling it out like that. This is our chain. And now we will be just knitting this chain in a circle. We will be doing the same way as we were doing when we were knitting round pillow, I believe. So we will use this knots on the middle. You can actually use any part of the stitches at this point. Let's use this top part, so it will be easier. So let's use the top part. So we are knitting them one by one, and because you had 11 and 11 stitch went inside, you will have 10 stitches left on this little circle. Here we are. So we have 10 stitches, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we will be knitting in a circle again. We will be knitting for a few rows, and then we will fold our knitting in half and keep knitting, because this way it will be easier to keep stitches close to each other. Okay, guys, we are done with our first few rows, and what we will do now, we will fold this circle in half like that, and then we will continue knitting. We fold it like that because this way stitches will be closer to each other, they will not be spreading. See, like here it's a big gap, and when we folded it in two, now stitches will be close to each other. That's our goal. So when we knitted this top part of the folded project, now you can refold it like this and keep knitting all the stitches. Make sure not to skip any stitch because they are pretty small. How many rows we will be knitting? on this slipper I needed 6 rows. On the loopy stitch one there were 5, because loopy stitch yarn is a little bit thicker than Forever Soft Merino wool. So if you are knitting slippers, and again it depends what size you are knitting. I am showing you the kind of universal size fits all. It will be good for sizes from 6 to 9 or even 10 because it's stretchy. If you are making slippers for Bigfoot, like for your husband or for your father, then you will need to add at least 2-3 more rows. But we are knitting now 6 rows from the beginning, and again 6 rows if you're using Forever Soft, and 5 rows if you're using loopy stitch yarn. And for loopy stitch yarn the same 11 stitches, and stitch number 11 goes inside, and then you're knitting around the same 10 stitches. How to count stitches? Let's count our rows of stitches. So this is this part shows where we started. So we will be calculating our rows starting from this knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are at 6 rows. Let's count again. Doesn't look like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 6. Okay. So now we reached this knot. It means that we are at the beginning of our circle. What we'll be doing now, we will cast off these 2 stitches. So that we just knitted, and the next one in the middle of this knot, and take these 2 stitches and knit them together like that. That will be our opening. What we're doing now, we are knitting the same way. We knitted these 2 together. Now we're knitting the next stitch, and we will be going around, with only difference that we will not be going on circle now. We will be knitting to the end of this row, almost here, and then we will turn and knit from the left to the right. Now we're knitting from the right to the left. Here we are. See, we reached this opening. So we are leaving this part. See, this is our marker basically. And now we are going back. When we are going back, we are not knitting this first stitch. We are starting with the second one. You're just leaving it there, it's hanging there. You just knit it as the last stitch, but you don't knit it as the first one. And from the left to the right, we're knitting all the stitches until that opening where your foot will go, and then we will turn and go back. So here we are. See, this is our last stitch on this side. We are knitting it. See, we can see the opening pretty nicely. And now we again turning and going from the right to the left. And again, we're not knitting this first stitch. It's just hanging here. We just knitted it as the last. But when we're going, when we're knitting this way, we're skipping it and starting with the second. Why we're skipping it? Because this way you will have pretty close top of your slipper, and it will not be curling. It will be a nice chain, and the slipper will be holding on your foot nicely. Okay, my yarn is twisting a little bit, so it's normal, it's okay. If you have it twisted, don't worry, keep knitting. So this is the last stitch. See, and we're turning again, and we are knitting different direction. Skip the stitch start with the second one. How many we are knitting after we made this opening? We are knitting 5. Remember guys, 6 from here to the opening, and then 5 after opening. That's how many rows you will need. Only 11 rows. For the loopy stitch one, you start with 5 and 5 more. So 5 and 5, 10. It's pretty easy. If you forget, just make 5 and 5 or 6 and 6. One row will not really change much. Okay, so let's count. That's where we created the opening. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to make one more row. Skip the first, start with the second, and keep knitting until the next of the row. Here is our last stitch, guys, and we have our 5 rows done. We can count them easily over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second, I thought that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's only 4. We need one more. Okay. And we're going back to make row number 5. So it should be 5 rows. The yarn is pretty thin, so it's easy to make a mistake. And make sure you're knitting all stitches, because it's really easy to skip it and then you will need to unwind the whole seam to fix it. Okay, now it should be 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So see what we have now. This is how it will look. What we are doing now, we will connect our top of the slipper. So for connecting, place the yarn like that, and we will be using this tail. We will be doing the same as if you watched my video for the hand knitting a pillow. This is the same technique. You are going with the tail inside every top of the stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all 10 stitches should be connected by this tail. You're just going from the inside out through the stitches on the top, and this way you will connect the slipper and it will be the top of it. Okay, when you go through all 10 stitches, pull it gently like that, and then you will need to go through 2 of those that you went already with the tail before. So 1 and 2. This way connection will be, oops, nice and beautiful. Okay, let's see what we have here. So we connected the yarn, see this little flower, and this tail will go inside the opening. Oh, actually close it here. This is how it will look like. Now we are turning the slipper inside out like that. And now I'm usually dividing the yarn in 2 and then connect it to any stitch inside. Just go underneath and then make a little knot, secure it, and then you can take your scissors and cut the tails like that. So this is your top of the slipper. So what we do now, we need to connect this part on the back, and to connect it, make sure that you have all the stitches laying out, because they're trying to go inside. See the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 stitches, guys, because we're knitting 10 and then we cast off one over here for opening, so we have 9 stitches. So stitches should be one in front of each other. One pair, here's the second pair, this is the third pair of stitches, this is the fourth, and this guy will be all alone. So now we will cut about 10 inches of the yarn, and we will, oh, I'm sorry, we're not cutting, sorry, connecting back. So here we will just, this yarn is really easy to connect, you're just making a little knot. And what we do now, we are casting off, taking these 2 stitches, 2 first stitches, and knit them together. Now you have 1 stitch on your finger, and now you find these 2 stitches in front of each other. Make sure they're facing each other like that. Then this 1 stitch and this 2, there will be 3 on your finger, and you're grabbing working yarn and pulling it through. You have 1 stitch instead of 3, you have just 1. Now find these 2, next 2 in front of each other, and this third one, take them all together, grab working yarn and pull it through. See, we're just connecting all the stitches on the back. Instead of sewing them together, we will just cast them off together. So this is one you have, add 2 more, grab working yarn and pull it through. And now you have this one on your finger and this one left here. Take them 2 together, grab working yarn, pull it through. Here we are. We just connected the back of the slipper, and now we are cutting the yarn. Here we are. So this tail goes inside the last stitch, pull it, and you are done. You can weave it in between any stitches on the back, this tail, and you can actually cut it that it wouldn't be so long. Here we are. It's connected. Let's cut it. Your slipper is done, and now we are turning it on the other side, the side that we will be using. Here it is. Here's your cute slipper. It's done. It's very easy to make. What we need now, we need to connect the pom. Okay, so now when our slipper is ready, we'll just add a little pom on the top to make it even cuter. I'm usually using poms with a little rubber loop over here. So here's the loop. Insert the yarn inside the loop like that, and now just attach it where you want to. I will do it in the middle of the slipper, so one end will go on one side of the stitch and another one on another side, and then you just pull and place the pom-pom where you want it to be, and then you just make simple knot and another one to secure the pom, and then I'm just cutting this yarn, and here we are. Our cute slippers are ready. So these ones, as I said, these ones take only half skein of our Forever Soft Merino wool. Here you have another half. You can make another pair, and if you're using our Loopy stitch, your slippers will be a little bit bulkier. You can see probably the difference. It's basically the same amount of stitches. See, this is our Loopy stitch yarn. It's a little bit thicker, but the same amount of stitches, and your slippers will be a little bit chunkier. So if you want them softer, Forever Soft. If you want them lumpy and chunky, this will be a Loopy stitch yarn. Very easy process. Make it with your kids, they will love it. And find Forever Soft and Loopy Stitch at BeCozi.net. Stay home and be cozy.